I'm Allendale's Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin with a look at your midday weather update. Latest check of the surface map right now shows our strong frontal system is wrapping up. Lows moving to the northeast now in central to east central parts of Minnesota. Going to be looking to move over parts of Lake Superior, I think, by late afternoon into early evening. The frontal boundaries associated with this are curling, wrapping through the east. Heavy rains ahead of this are still across parts of Indiana, but now moving into Ohio. And then we've got good rains back down through Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, so on and so forth. The low back in Minnesota showing some action on the backside, looking at a nice line of stuff working from northern Minnesota back down through into the Missouri Valley area, western parts of Iowa, eastern Nebraska still, but it's a thin band. And it's all liquid at this point. Looking at another frontal complex moving through the northern plains. Doesn't have much moisture with it, but keeps clouds top of mind. Also has some very gusty winds. I want to watch this cool front that comes out of that low as it pushes down into Wyoming. I think it can hook up with a low in east central parts of Colorado and become our next system that we need to watch coming across the plains and into the Corn Belt this weekend. Still hearing some people talk about this as being a significant snow event. To me, the moisture availability is not spectacular. I think we will see some snowflakes in South Dakota, parts of Nebraska, Iowa, southern Minnesota, Wisconsin. But I also think that temperatures are going to be very borderline. So I'm not looking at it as an all-snow event, especially once you get south of I-80. This system has moved far enough north that I do think it's now going to be mostly an I-80 and northward kind of event. But you get south of I-80, definitely looking at more liquid potential there. Moisture equivalency is a few hundredths of an inch to about 3, maybe 4/10. So even if it were all snow, if it's going to be very, very wet snow, it still won't amount to much. And unlike the massive storm complexes that we have seen over the past 2 weeks starting out west and moving through, there's not wind with this weekend system. Now, next week could be very, very interesting. We do have a fairly significant storm complex that's going to be trying to develop again, but models keep delaying it. I like it for late Thanksgiving night through Black Friday into early Saturday. Could see some significant rains, but we're also seeing a little less moisture potential on the latest model runs. So we'll have to see how this wants to evolve, but does look like it could be a soggy holiday extended weekend for a large part of the middle of the country at least, and on through the eastern coast areas as well. International weather showing no real significant signs of change. Weather's fine, in my opinion, in South America. Dry in Australia. Scattered showers still around in parts of the Black Sea, Russia, former Soviet Union areas. Those will likely be winding down as we go through Friday afternoon. I'm looking for a dry weekend there, and then high pressure dominates most of next week. So the international stories remain about the same. There just really isn't much to focus on here weather-wise. Everything's just working in a normal seasonal kind of trend. That's the way things are stacking up. If you've got any questions on the weather, give us a call at Allendale. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.